All right. We should be back now. Are we back? We seem to be back. All right. Thank you for your indulgence. I do appreciate. Um, yeah. Okay. Let's get back to the Torah over here. All right. Um, so if Jethro was so smart, why didn't he realize on his own that all these intermediaries have no power on their own, but are rather just tools in Hashem's hand? In fact, the nature of reality in Yisro's time was more conducive to the pagan outlook than to the truth. Now, Avram and his successors reversed the trend, and their work was now about to be consummated. The breach that had developed between divinity and worldly reality was about to be healed, enabling godliness to permeate all reality and enabling all reality to see and sense the divine. This is why the 10 plagues and their culmination, the splitting of the sea, were a necessary precursor to the giving of the Torah. When the sea split, the hidden spiritual dimension of reality, evinced by the sea, which hides all form of life within it, became revealed. Divinity became temporarily obvious and self-evident throughout all creation. But the splitting of the sea wasn't enough. True, the power of evil, the denial of Hashem's omnipresence and omniscience and omnipotence was temporarily neutralized, but it was not uprooted entirely. Since the philosophical underpinnings of idolatry still existed, as soon as the sea reverted to its natural state, it was once again possible to live under the delusion that Hashem's power extends only throughout the realms of goodness, but that nature is somehow beyond his control. And that's why Amalek could attack Israel even after the splitting of the sea. When all the inhabitants of Canaan melted away from fear, the nation of Amalek, the personification of doubt and its resulting apathy, made us feel that as long as there's room to think that Hashem and his life are two separate compartments of reality, we can entertain the notion that we can live without Hashem's full involvement. And that undermines our natural enthusiasm for Yiddishkeit, for the Torah and its mitzvahs, because then they become a burden to be discharged so that we can get on with the business of living. Certainly, there's no point in giving the Torah to the Jewish people in this kind of climate. And we will pause there for today. In the third Aliyah, Moshe accepts his father-in-law's suggestion about judging the people and set up a hierarchical judicial system. Yisro then returned to his native land. Chumash and Rashi. All right. And that takes us to part with here we go.
Why doesn't Moshe think of the tier system of judges? I mean, it seems like a pretty obvious pressure points for Yisro, Tuesday. Why doesn't Moshe think of the tier system of judges? I mean, it seems like a pretty obvious solution to a pretty obvious problem. There are two perspectives here. Yisro wants to meet the people where they are, and Moshe wants to uplift them to where he is. So we get the combo deal. Yisro's plan implemented by Moshe. Meet the people where they are and elevate them to where they can be.
All right, Shnayim Yomi.
Parshas Yisro, the third Aliyah for Shlishi. Tiny Aliyah, it happens. HaKadosh Baruch Hu agrees with Yisro's suggestion, and Moshe executes on the plan of establishing judges to assist in the process. Moshe listens, Vayishma Moshe l'kol chosno, and he does everything. But one slight, crucial difference. In this context, the pasuk says, "V'shavtu es ha'am b'chol es." They're going to judge the people as hadavar hakosher Yaviun al Moshe. They will bring the difficult issues to Moshe. V'chol hadavar hakoton yishputuhim. The smaller issues, the lower judges can tackle. This is a different perspective than what Yisro suggested. Yisro suggested initially, "V'haya kol hadavar hagadol yaviu elecha." In the last Aliyah yesterday, Yisro said, if it's a big issue, they'll bring it to you. If it's a small issue, you handle it to them. Moshe Rabbeinu said, no. It's not about the size. It's not that we say, well, there's small claims court, there's a dollar issue, that's not important to me.